It is Monday, November 16th, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Today on the show, we will recap a busy weekend of racing, including the Magnolia State 100 and Western World weekends. Ricky Stenhouse got a pair of sprint car wins and a lot more. But first, this episode is brought to you by Blood Lubricants. Blood carries a high-performance line of synthetic racing oils, and they've got you covered for all sorts of dirt racing applications. Engine oils, gear oils, suspension fluid, cleaning products, you name it, they've got it. Make sure to check out their Pro Series gear oils. ASCS regional champion Joshua Shipley uses them, and he says he's never seen a gear oil perform the way Blood does. After 8 races, he drained the oil, and it was clear and looked brand new, and it doesn't stink. Blood has a great racer support program that offers discounts on products plus free swag, and they support hundreds of racers across many divisions throughout the country. To check out the support program, find out more information, or to buy, visit bloodlubricants.com. That's BLUD lubricants.com. If you'd like to receive 25% off most products, use code DIRT at checkout. That's DIRT, all caps, at checkout. It was an important weekend for the USAC National Midgets with so few races left on the calendar. Entering the Western World at Arizona Speedway on Friday and Saturday night, Tyler Courtney held a 15-point lead over Chris Windom in the standings, with only 5 races left this season, 3 of which are paying full points. Friday night, Brenham Crouch started on the pole, but the lead was quickly taken by Buddy Kofoid at the start. Kofoid and Tanner Thorson swapped the lead in the early going before Logan Seavey grabbed the point at lap 10. Seavey stayed in control of the race until late in the going when a caution for Brenham Crouch bunched the field back up and set up a green-white checkered finish. On the restart, Thorson went third to first in turns 1 and 2 and held off Seavey over the final lap and a half to take the win, his 6th of the year. Seavey was second, Tyler Courtney third, Buddy Kofoid fourth, and Dazen Pursley rounded out the top 5. An 8th place run for Chris Windom allowed Courtney to stretch his points lead to 32 entering Saturday. Saturday night for the midget finale at the Western World, Robert Dalby led the field to green from the pole, but again, Buddy Kofoid was the early leader. There was drama for points leader Tyler Courtney before halfway when he was forced to the infield and out of the race with mechanical issues. He would end up in the 22nd position, and that left the door wide open for Chris Windom to take the points lead. There was a scary moment later in the race when Noah Gass went for a wild ride in turns 1 and 2 and ended up flipping up into the catch fence on lap 24. He did get out of the car under his own power and walk away. Out front, though, it was all Buddy Kofoid. He led all 30 laps en route to his 2nd career USAC Midget win. Tanner Thorson was 2nd, Dazen Pursley 3rd, Chris Windom 4th, and Spencer Baston was 5th. The 4th place run for Windom, coupled with Courtney's trouble, was good enough for Windom to take back the points lead. With only 1 full points night left and 2 show-up points nights remaining, Windom now leads Courtney by 11. The final full points event of the season is tomorrow night at Bakersfield Speedway in California. Courtney will need a very strong effort there to try and win his 2nd straight midget title. So basically what we have is tomorrow night at Bakersfield is probably going to decide this championship, with the final 2 nights at Merced being show-up points only. Obviously, there won't be any movement in the standings, so this thing will basically be decided tomorrow night. We'll talk about that more on the show tomorrow as well. The USAC Midgets close out their 2020 season this weekend with those 2 nights at Merced. All 3 races can be watched live on Flow Racing. Friday night in USAC CRA Southwest Sprint Car action, Justin Grant took advantage of a late bobble by Tyler Courtney to grab the lead and drive away to the win over Courtney, Charles Davis Jr., Austin Williams, and Chris Windom. Windom recovered from a flat tire earlier in the race to grab a top 5. Early leader Brody Roa was out of the race just before halfway when contact between he and Courtney sent him into the outside wall on the exit of turn 2. Roa was not pleased with Courtney following the incident, and the two talked for several minutes on the front stretch during the ensuing red flag. On Saturday night, though, it was all Tyler Courtney. He led all 30 laps to take the win over Windom, Justin Grant, Damian Gardner, and Austin Williams. It was Courtney's 3rd straight Western World Sprint Car win. So nice weekend in the Sprint Car for Tyler Courtney, but again, rough weekend in the Midget. A lot of work to do to get himself back into the Midget fight. In other open-wheel racing this weekend, NASCAR driver and Word of Outlaws team owner Ricky Stenhouse Jr. swept the USCS Sprint Car weekend at Southern Raceway in Florida. On Friday night, he slipped by Hayden Campbell on the final lap to grab the victory, and then on Saturday, he led every lap to take a dominating win over Justin Barger and Mark Smith. In 360 Sprint Car competition Saturday night at Colorado Speedway in California, J.J. Hickle dodged a spinning lap car and then held off challenges from DJ Neto and Carson Macedo to grab the $3,000 Kings of Thunder win. Macedo was second, Neto third, Tim Kading fourth, and Bud Kading fifth. And then in Pennsylvania on Saturday, Freddie Rahmer won the season's final sprint car event at BAPS Motor Speedway for a nice $5,000 payday. A very strong field there at BAPS. Shane Stewart, Logan Schuchart, Anthony Macri, and Lance DeWeese rounded out the top 5. There were a few late model shows this weekend, including the Magnolia State Cotton Pickin' 100 at Magnolia Motor Speedway. On Friday night in the opener, Tim McCready ran down Billy Moyer Jr. near halfway to take the lead, and he drove away to the $4,000 win. Moyer Jr. was second, Mike Muller third, Chris Madden fourth, and Spencer Hughes was fifth. On Saturday night, the 70-lap feature paid $12,000 to the winner. Tyler Erb was the early leader from the outside front row, but a caution 20 laps in tightened up the battle for the lead, and fifth starting Chris Madden was able to take advantage a few laps later and grab the top spot from Erb. Madden led the remainder of the race to take the win by over 2 seconds. Tim McCready was second, Billy Moyer Jr. third, Chris Ferguson fourth, and Tyler Erb faded to fifth. Ferguson actually transferred to the feature from a consolation race and drove up from 18th to grab that top 5 finish. In other late model action, Ricky Weiss and Jimmy Owens grabbed crate wins at Volunteer Speedway. Owens' win was actually good for $15,000. Dennis Franklin was a winner at Modoc and Ultimate Southeast competition, and Michael Page grabbed a $5,000 Fall Nationals win at Boyd Speedway. For more weekend late model results, check out DirtOnDirt.com. The Short Track Super Series closed out their Cajun Swing on Saturday night at Chatham Speedway Racing for $20,000. Matt Sheppard picked up wins earlier in the week at Arkland Tech Speedway, and even a hard battle with Stuart Friesen couldn't slow him down. Sheppard held off Friesen at the line to take the big check and sweep the week in Louisiana. Friesen ended up second, Jack Lehner third, Jeff Strunk fourth, and Tyler Seary was fifth. Following the win, Sheppard said in his interview that he almost didn't make the trip south. Now he's headed home with an extra $29,000 in his pocket. There are 2 items on the streaming schedule for tonight. Flow Racing has USAC 24/7 as usual, and Dirt Vision is showing round number 2 of the iRacing World of Outlaws Sprint Car World Championship tonight. The iRacing show on Dirt Vision is free to watch. To see the full schedule with links to watch, visit DirtTrackR.com/watch tonight. I briefly mentioned on Friday that I wanted to get Chili Bowl results added to the DirtTrackR.com analytics section, and I'm super close to actually turning that section live. I worked through the weekend on that. I have a few challenges to overcome today, but I hope to be able to debut those either today, sometime later today, or tonight. So stay tuned to the Dirt Tracker social channels to find out when. Once that section is live, my next project will be to start adding the USAC results. Super excited to be able to start breaking down not only the Chili Bowl numbers, but also those USAC numbers between sprint cars, midgets, and the Silver Crown series. I'm going to add all 3 series to the database. So lots of fun stuff to come to the analytics section, and lots of cool things that we can talk about on the show going forward. So stay tuned for all of that. That's it for the show today. Hope everybody has a good Monday. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. That's DIRTRACKR.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.